power-ish vinyasa. For this flow, we're going to focus on our hips, our hamstrings, and our heart as we build up to a variation of half moon called Shavasana or sugarcane pose, as well as camel pose and floor bow. So lots of back bending, lots of heart opening. A lot of our focus will be on opening up the thoracic spine, so the mid to upper back, all while opening the quads, the front of the hips, known as the hip flexors. And for practice, you're going to want 2 blocks and a strap. If you don't have a strap, you can use a belt or a towel, something that will give your arms a little extra length. So let's go ahead and get started on our backs in reclined cow face pose. So come on down. And to start, toe heel your feet to the edges of your mat and knock your knees together. Rest your hands wherever is most comfortable. And if it feels okay, you can soften your gaze or close your eyes. Start by finding and then establishing the breath. So exhale out your mouth wherever you are. Pause. Feel your belly button pull in and slightly up. And then as slowly as you can, inhale. Pause at the top. Relax your throat. Take another little sip in. Big open mouth exhale. Push the air out. Again, pause. Feel your belly button pull in and slightly up at the bottom of your exhale. Then we do that again, slowly inhale. Pause at the top. Take another sip in. Big exhale, push it out. Last time together, inhale. Pause. Sip in. Big exhale. Now, you're welcome to continue your breath like that on your own, in through your nose, out through your mouth. That can help release stress, anxiety, anger. Otherwise, if you're ready, seal your lips. Start to fire up your Ujjayi pranayama, your breath of focus, your breath of fire, by finding a slight constriction in the back of your throat. Really focus on drawing out your exhales. And then gather your knees into your chest. You're welcome to give yourself a little squeeze. And then stack your right thigh on top of your left, like you're sitting cross-legged in a chair. If you notice this is really tight for the outer hips, or you're unable to rest your right thigh on top of your left, you'll just take supine figure 4 instead. Right ankle clears left thigh bone, flex your right toes, and you can find the interlace around your left hamstrings as you pull your legs into your chest. For those of you waiting for reclined cow face, flex all 10 toes towards your knees. Take one hand to each shin, and then gently gather your knees and thighs towards your chest. Gently send your tailbone towards the earth so there's a little bit of space between your low back and your mat. Broaden through your collarbones. Take another full round of breath on your right side. And slowly come out at the bottom of your exhale, uncross your legs, and then come into reclined cow face or supine figure four on the left. So either left thigh on top of right or left ankle clears right thigh bone. You reach for your hamstrings. One hand to each shin for reclined cow face. Activate your toes towards your knees, and again, gently draw your thighs and knees in towards your chest. Stay with your breath. Feel if you can get a little heavier through your shoulder blades on your back. Last round of breath. Gently uncross, come on out. Find legs up the wall in the middle of the room. Extend your feet towards the ceiling. You're welcome to flex and point your toes a few times. Your knees can be as bent as you need them to be if your hamstrings are really tight or your low back is bothering you. Find what works best in your body. And find stillness in your legs up the wall. Take your arms back overhead so your shoulders are in flexion, biceps aligned with your ears. Gently gather your front ribs in. Take an inhale. Exhale, lower your right leg to about 45 degrees. Pause. Suck the head of your right thigh bone back into the hip socket. Reach through both heels. Take a breath in. Exhale, hover your right heel right above your mat, so 90 degrees. Keep reaching through both heels. Pull navel to spine, lengthen through your ring fingers. Take a breath in. Exhale, bring your right leg back up to your starting position. We go again. Inhale. Exhale, lower your right leg to 45. Inhale to get long. Exhale, hover your right heel to 90. Inhale. Exhale, right leg up to the sky. Again, breath in. Exhale, lower right leg to 45. Breath in. Exhale, lower to 90. Inhale. Exhale, right leg up. Pause. Feel that your shoulder blades are heavy on your mat. We move to the left side. Breath in. Exhale, lower your left leg to 45. Pause. Suck the head of your left thigh bone back into the hip socket. Inhale. Exhale, lower left heel to 90 degrees. Flex your toes towards your face. Breath in. Exhale, left leg up. Inhale. Exhale, lower to 45. Breath in. Exhale, lower to 90. Breath in. Exhale, lift your left leg. Last time, inhale. Exhale, lower to 45. Breath in. Exhale, hover to 90. Breath in. Exhale, left leg up. Stay for your inhale. Exhale, release your knees to your chest. Give yourself a little squeeze. Nicely done. Make your way up to tabletop, hands and knees. Upon arrival, spread your fingers nice and wide. Pull your shoulder blades out of your ears. We're going to come into a modified side plank from here. So left hand is your base to start. Split your left foot out to the left side of your mat. So your toes are off the mat. Then inhale, step the arch of your right foot back so it's aligned with your left knee. Take your right hand high to the sky. Gaze wherever is comfortable for your neck. It can be straight ahead, it can be down at your left hand. Roll your left elbow crease towards the top of your mat. You can keep your right arm as is, or you can take right arm overhead so your right fingers are at a diagonal. Get a nice deep side body stretch through your right side. Press into the pinky side edge of your right foot. Take a breath in. Exhale, tabletop. Right hand, right knee to the mat. Splay your right foot out. Right hand is your base. Inhale, modified side plank. Step the arch of your left foot in line with your right knee. Take left hand high to the sky. You can do the same or a different thing on this side. Gently pull your front ribs in. Option to take left arm overhead. Take an inhale. Exhale, tabletop. Left hand, left knee to the mat. From here, walk your knees back a bit behind your hips. Pull your heels to your glutes and then squeeze your glutes to lengthen your hip flexors, the front of your hips. Take a breath in to pull your shoulders out of your ears. Then exhale, lower all the way to your belly. Hug your elbows towards your side ribs as you come down, nice and slow. Release your legs long at the bottom. And then bring your forearms parallel to the top of your space. Take your right palm, place it on top of your left. Release your forehead to the top of your right hand. Ground down into your toenails. On an inhale, lift your right hand away from your left. Your forehead is still connected to the top of your right hand. And then lift your left leg. Point your left toes towards the back of your space. Feel that your right hip is still grounded to the mat. Take an inhale to gently lift. Exhale, release to the earth. A few more. Inhale, right elbow, left leg. Exhale, release. Inhale, right elbow, left leg. Exhale, release. Swap it out. Take left hand, stack it on top of your right. Forehead rests on top of your left hand. Now on an inhale, lift your left hand away from your right. Again, forehead is connected to the top of your left hand. Lift your right leg towards the sky. Roll your right inner thigh towards the ceiling. Get heavy through the front of your pelvis. Take another inhale to lift your left elbow a little bit higher. Exhale, release. Inhale, left elbow, right leg. Exhale, release. Inhale, left elbow, right leg. Exhale, release. Take your hands back underneath the heads of your shoulders. Inhale to a low cobra. Lift your chest just a few inches from the ground. Feel that the back of your neck is nice and long, and you can keep your palms on the mat, or for a little more backside body engagement, you can float your palms a few inches. Stay strong through your toenails. Breath in. Exhale, release. Few more. Inhale, low cobra, little lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, low cobra. Exhale, lower. And then we'll come into a nice prone chest opener. So let's see. Take your right arm out to a 90-degree angle. See that your elbow is aligned with your shoulder, and that your elbow is aligned with your wrist. Your palm is on the ground. Bring your right ear to the mat, and then tent your left fingertips near your chest. Bend your left knee, point your left toes towards the ceiling. Lift your knee away from the floor, and then roll to your right side. Your left toes might float in the air. Maybe your left toes rest on the ground behind your right leg. Breathe. You're welcome to extend that right arm straight out to a T. You may notice you can roll a little deeper into your right side if you extend that arm. And then reach through your right heel, your long leg. Take a breath in. Exhale, slowly roll back to center. And then we'll do the other side. Bring your left arm out to a 90-degree angle to start. Left ear to the ground. Tense your right fingertips next to your chest. Bend your right knee, point your right toes. Lift your knee up. Roll to your left side. And again, whoops, maybe kicking plants over. Maybe your toes float. Maybe they land on the ground. Friendly reminder that our right and left sides are usually pretty different. So what you do on one side, you may or may not do on the other. There's no need to ever force something. Option to extend that left arm out, nice and straight to a T. Get heavy through your left thigh bone. Take a breath in. Exhale, roll back to center. Take your hands underneath the heads of your shoulders. Just kidding. Walk your forearms forward of your chest. Elbows are forward of your chest as well. Ground into your toenails as you lift your chest up for Sphinx pose. Stay strong through your toes, through your glutes. Take a breath in to wrap your collarbones up towards your cheeks. Exhale, forearm plank. Curl your toes under. Squeeze your glutes to lift your hips. Pause and breathe. Notice if your elbows want to splay out towards the long edges of your mat. If that's the case, bring your palms to touch and then narrow your elbows in towards your midline so you have more of an A frame going on with your forearms. Gently send your tailbone towards the backs of your knees and then pull your front ribs in. Breathe. Keep your thighs strong. Last round of breath. On an inhale, come up to high plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Bend your knees as you send your hips up and back. So a few rounds of breath in your first downward facing dog. You're welcome to bicycle your legs, nod your head yes, shake it no. Nice, just take anything you need here. Nice, last round of breath for movement. Find stillness in your dog pose. Roll your elbow creases towards the top of your space. Feel that your ears are relaxed between your biceps. And then gently pull your front ribs in. Leading with your inner thigh. On an inhale, lift your right heel high. Exhale, come forward to a three-legged plank. So bring your shoulders forward over your wrists. Your right toes float just a few inches away from the mat and then point your right toes towards the back of your mat. This is a little bit much. You can always drop to your left knee here instead. Squeeze your right glute. Pull your low ribs in. Then inhale, three-legged downward facing dog. Kick your right heel up and back. We do it again. Exhale, three-legged plank. Option to drop to your left knee. Inhale, three-legged dog. One more. Exhale, three-legged plank. Pause. Inhale, right knee, right triceps. Pull your right knee out and around to your upper right arm bone. You can do this on your left knee as well. Press the ground away. Whew. Keep your gaze slightly forward of your space. Then inhale, three-legged dog, kick it up and back. Exhale to a low lunge. Place your foot between your hands. If your foot lands way back here, take your hand around your calf, move your foot forward. Soften your left knee to the earth and find one of your blocks. Take it lowest height underneath your left hand. Allow your hip flexors, the front of your hips, specifically your left one, to sink forward. And then on an inhale, take your right fingertips forward, then up towards the ceiling. Exhale, take your right fingertips towards the back of your mat, down towards the long edge of your mat. And we floss the shoulder. Inhale, forward and up. Exhale, back and down. Inhale, forward and up. Exhale, back and down. One more. Inhale, forward and up. Exhale, back and down. Pause at the bottom. Inhale to crescent moon. Bring your shoulders up over your hips, arms to the sky. So you can stay low, or if you're experiencing any discomfort through your back knee, you can bring your right foot back so you're more 90-90. Everything is a little more stacked. So you can be nice and low or a little more upright. Decide what feels best in your body. From the shoulder joint, wrap your palms towards the back of your mat. Bring a little more awareness into the back of your skull. Breath in. Exhale, release your hands to your low back. Interlace all 10 fingers, make a fist. Start with your thumbs on your sacrum, your low back. Squeeze your elbows in towards each other and look straight ahead. Dig down into your right heel. You can stay right here. If you want a different sensation through your chest, through your pecs, through your biceps, you can extend your fist towards the back of your space. If this grip, this bind is really tight, it makes it hard to breathe, you can take a strap, add a little extra length to your arms, and choke up on the strap as much as it feels good. Last 2 rounds of breath. Take an inhale. Exhale, release your thumbs to your sacrum, your low back. Then inhale, crescent moon, arms back overhead. Exhale, cow face arms. Bend your right elbow overhead so your palm rests on your upper back. Take your left arm back behind you. Bend your left elbow and try and capture opposite fingers. So I'll come out of the pose, rather out of the lunge a bit, so you can get a nice view of my back. On my right side, I can capture my fingers. If you're like, oh, I got space, take your strap into your right hand and then capture it with your left. You can choke up on it as much as it feels good. Just be sure to pull that strap apart. Press your head back into your forearm. Notice if you're dropping your chin towards your chest. Lengthen right outer armpit towards the ceiling. Breath in. Dig into your right heel on your breath out. Inhale, crescent moon, both arms up. Exhale, low lunge. Release your hands to your mat. Lift your back knee. Plant your palms. Inhale, three-legged downward facing dog. Kick your right heel up and back. Exhale, bend your right knee, open your hips, scorpion your dog. You can make circles with your knee. You can roll your ankle, wiggle your toes. You can stay in stillness if that serves you better. Take a breath in. Exhale, downward facing dog. Right foot returns to the mat. Other side, inhale your left heel high. Exhale, three-legged plank. Let your pelvis push you forward like you're a wave. Pause and breathe. Again, option to lower to your right knee. Lift your left heel high. Pull your ribs in. Notice if you're really arching through your spine. Use your interior core to open and broaden through the backside body. Inhale, three-legged dog, up and back. Couple more. Exhale, three-legged plank. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, three-legged plank. Pause. Inhale, left knee, left triceps. Pull your knee out and around as you connect it to your left upper arm bone. Again, option to drop to your right knee. Really squeeze your left side body to lift that knee up. Then inhale, three-legged dog, up and back. Exhale to low lunge. Soften your right knee down. Allow your right hip flexors to sink forward. Find a block. Take it lowest height underneath your right hand. Inhale, take left fingertips forward and up. Exhale, take it to the back of your mat, then down to the long edge. Inhale, forward and up. Exhale, back and down. Inhale, forward and up. Exhale, back and down. Pause. Inhale, crescent moon. Bring shoulders over hips, arms up. Determine if you need to adjust your lunge, whether you need to be more upright or if you have the space through your hips and sensibility through your knees to come a little more forward. Pull your belly button in and up towards your sternum and take a breath in. Exhale, release your hands to your low back. Find your bind. Try and take the more awkward grip, the less natural grip on top. Start with thumbs on sacrum. Hug your elbows in. Lift your chest. You can stay or extend your fist back. Firm your right glute. Press down through your right shin. Last round. Breath in. Exhale, release your thumbs to your sacrum. And inhale, crescent moon. Exhale, cow face, arms bend. Left elbow overhead. Release your right arm back behind you. Bend your right elbow. Try and capture opposite fingers. I'll come out of the lunge. And you can see on this side, my shoulders are very different. I can almost reach, but because I have a little bit of space between my fingers, I'm going to use my strap for support. If you're in the same boat, I highly recommend you do the same. Our props are here to support and deepen our practice, to make our practice more accessible. Press your skull back into your forearm. Dig down through your left heel. Drop the top of your right shoulder. Take a breath in. Navel to spine on your breath out. Inhale, crescent moon. Exhale, low lunge, hands to the mat. Lift your back knee. Inhale, three-legged dog. Kick your left heel up and back. Exhale, bend your left knee, open your hips. Scorpion your dog. Same options as the first side, movement or stillness. Stay for your breath in. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, bend your knees, look forward.
Exhale, tiptoe to the top of your space. Come into a standing forward fold. You can bend your knees as much as you need. If this is tight on your hamstrings or your low back, take your blocks under your hands to bring the earth closer to you. You can play around with the height, see what serves you best, what feels most supportive in your body. Relax the crown of your head towards the floor. And find stillness. Peek at your toes. See that all 10 of them track straight forward. Dig down into your heels and then energetically pull them apart like you're trying to widen your mat. Maintain that engagement. Inhale, halfway lift your spine. Fingers come to shins or thighs right above your knees. Exhale, forward fold. Few more. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift, long spine. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair pose, Utkatasana. Drop your hips, lift your arms. Always the option to take hands to heart if that feels better on your neck, on your shoulders, your upper back, whatever you got going on. One point of focus slightly forward of your space. If your arms are lifted, again, from the shoulder joint, wrap your palms towards the sky. Drop your hips a little deeper, relax your shins forward. Take an inhale. Exhale, release your hands to your low back, find your bind. Take an inhale, lift your fist away from your sacrum. Exhale, bound forward fold. Pause in your bound forward fold. Notice if you need to come out, find your strap. If your pecs are really, really tight, this fold can be really intense. So you can always take the strap and take your hands as wide or as narrow as it feels good. Now, with or without your strap, inhale to a bound halfway lift. So chest comes parallel to the earth. Drag your heart forward, roll your inner thighs towards the back of your space. Take another little sip in. Exhale, low lunge. Step your left foot back. Pause in your low lunge. If you notice your spine is really rounded or this feels really tight through your left hamstrings, you can take blocks under your hands, again, to elevate the ground closer to you. You'll find a bit of a longer spine, a more open chest. Press into the ball of your back foot, and then hug your outer right hip in towards your midline. Nice. Now inhale to warrior one, Virabhadrasana one. Widen your left foot, rather step your left foot to the left a bit. Take a wider stance, left heel grounds, shoulders over hips, arms up. Pull your right hip back into space and allow your left ribs to roll slightly forward. Take an inhale to reach. Exhale, extended side angle. So like our shoulder floss, you're going to lead with your left hand. Take your left arm forward, down, pause. Hop the arch of your left foot back so it's aligned with your right heel. Continue your little shoulder floss. Take left arm overhead at a diagonal, right forearm to inner thigh. You can always take your right forearm to rest on top of your thigh, but if you do, avoid dumping into the right side body. Instead, press down through your right forearm to create length through both sides. Gaze wherever's comfortable for your neck. And then drive into your left heel. Gently rotate mid and upper back open towards the ceiling. And then on an inhale, come into triangle pose, Trikonasana. Straighten your right leg. Bump your right hip crease towards the back of your mat so much your left hip rolls in at a diagonal just a little bit. Reach left arm straight up, right arm straight down. Spread your fingers. Continue to roll your heart open. And then bring awareness to your right foot. Notice if more of your weight is in the pinky edge side. Try and plug into your right big toe mound a little more. Take an inhale. Exhale, extended side angle. Just bend into your right knee. Inhale to warrior two. Bring your shoulders over your hips. Arms to a T. Pause and breathe. Feel that your hips are still on a diagonal, but your chest is squared to the long edge of your mat. Reach out through your left hand a little more. Take an inhale. Exhale, low lunge. Hands to the mat or to your blocks. Inhale, gaze forward, lengthen your spine. Exhale, forward fold. Left foot meets right. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, find your bind at your low back. Inhale, punch your fist away, lift your heart. Exhale, bound, forward fold. Inhale, bound, halfway lift. Exhale, low lunge, step your right foot back. Pause in your low lunge. Adjust your blocks as needed. Hug your outer left hip in towards your midline, right inner thigh towards the sky. And then inhale to warrior one. Widen your stance, right heel ground, rise up. Bring your low belly in and up. And then roll your right inner thigh bone towards the back of your space. Take a breath in. Exhale, extended side angle. This time lead with your right fingertips. Take them forward, down towards the long edge of your mat. Pause. Hop the arch of your right foot back in line with your left heel. And then bring your right bicep in line with your right ear. Roll your chest open. And feel a little bit of resistance between left forearm and left inner thigh. Unless you're, well, even if your left forearm is on top, you want to press down to lift up. And then inhale, come into triangle pose. Straighten your left leg. Push left hip crease back, 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 back. Reach right arm high, left arm low. And then press your right ribs into your left to create a little more lift and length through the left side body. And check in with your left knee. Make sure it's not locked out, that you're not hyperextending. Use your quadriceps to support your knee joint here. Squeeze your left thigh. Take a breath in. Exhale, extended side angle. Just bend into your left knee. Inhale to warrior two. Shoulders over hips. Arms to a T. If your left thigh is tired, you can always lunge in and out of your knee a few times. And when you're ready, find stillness. Right hip rolls in, chest is squared to the right side of your space. Gently track your front knee to the left side of your mat. Take a breath in, reach through your right finger. Exhale to low lunge. Breath in, heart forward. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to high plank. Plant your palms. Step your feet back. Pause in your high plank as you inhale. Exhale, come down to forearm plank. Hug tight hip to hip as you lower. Then inhale to Sphinx. Lower your knees, thighs, belly to the earth. Press into your toenails as you lift your chest. Exhale, back to forearm plank. Curl your toes. Squeeze your glutes to lift your hips. Inhale to high plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a big breath in. And an easy breath out. Again, inhale. Open mouth, exhale. So that's our flow. We'll move through it 2 times, linking breath to movement, and then we'll add to it the 3rd time through. Be sure you move at your own pace. Honor your breath. If you need to move faster or slower than my cueing, by all means, please do. Trust that you know where you're going. Here we go. Inhale, bend your knees, look forward. Exhale, step or hop to the top of your space. Inhale to a halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, chair pose, sit low. Exhale, find the bind at your low back. Inhale, punch your fist away. Exhale, bound forward fold. Inhale, bound halfway lift. Exhale to low lunge, step your left foot back. Inhale, high crescent, inhale, warrior 1, left heel grounds. Exhale, extended side angle, left arm leads you in. Inhale to triangle. Exhale, back to extended side angle. Inhale, warrior 2. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, shoulders out of ears. Exhale, forward fold. Right to the other side. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, low lunge, step your right foot back. Inhale, warrior 1, right heel grounds. Exhale, extended side angle, right arm takes you in. Inhale, triangle pose. Exhale, extended side angle. Inhale, warrior 2. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, hug your left hip in. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to high plank. Stay for your breath in. Lift your side ribs. Exhale, forearm plank. Inhale to Sphinx. Exhale, forearm plank. Inhale, high plank. Exhale, dog pose. Inhale, bend your knees, look forward. Exhale, step or hop to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, find your bind. Inhale, punch away. Exhale, bound forward fold. Inhale, bound halfway lift. Exhale, low lunge, step your left foot back. Inhale, warrior 1. Exhale, extended side angle, left arm leads. Inhale, triangle. Exhale, extended side angle. Inhale, warrior 2. Exhale, low lunge. Breath in. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, low lunge, step your right foot back. Inhale, warrior 1. Exhale, extended side angle. Inhale, triangle. Exhale, extended side angle. Inhale, warrior 2. Exhale to low lunge. Inhale, heart forward, shoulders back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, high plank. Breath in. Exhale, forearm plank. Inhale to Sphinx. Exhale, forearm plank. Inhale, high plank. Exhale, dog pose. Easy breath in. Deep sigh out. Again, inhale. Open mouth, exhale. All right, we're gonna add on to our flow this third time through, so listen for the additions. Again, move at your own pace, and there is no need to feel rushed. Come into the pose as you feel focused and balanced and ready. Here we go. Inhale, bend your knees, look forward. Exhale, step or hop to the top of your space. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Pause before we go any further. Make sure your blocks are set up near the top of your mat. You can have one block in the middle of your space tallest height. You can stack your blocks on top of each other. We're going to come into Chapasana, sugarcane pose, in just a few moments. Sometimes it's nice to stack one block lowest height, second block tallest height for lots of balance support. Some of you may not need blocks at all, so play around. All right, back to your forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, find your bind. Inhale, reach back, lift your heart. Exhale, bound forward fold. Inhale, bound halfway lift. Exhale, low lunge, step your left foot back. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, extended side angle. Inhale, triangle. Exhale, extended side angle to pause. Take your left hand to your left hip. Look forward of your mat. Take your right arm slightly forward of your shin and to the right a bit. Take a breath in to lift the center of your chest. Exhale to half moon. Shift your weight to your right foot. Take your time to lift your left heel. Woo. Right fingers can rest light on the block. Find one point of focus on the ground. Squeeze your left outer hip to lift that left heel up. Maybe you stay here, or you can start to roll belly, ribs, and heart open to the left. Maybe your gaze comes to the left. You can keep looking down at the floor if that's best for you at the moment. Plug your right thigh bone towards the back of your space. You can stay right here. You can take your left hand high to the sky. Or you can come into Chapasana, into sugarcane pose. Bend your left knee. Take your left hand to your left ankle or your left foot, and then kick into your hands. Continue to roll belly, ribs, and heart open to the left. You can stay here or come into your basket weave. Take your right hand to meet your left. Maybe. And kick your foot into both hands as you roll your heart open to the left. Woo! And if you fall out, like I just did, no big deal. Come back into it. You have 3 more rounds of breath. This is a long hold, but that gives you the opportunity to fall out and come back in. Last 2. Last one. Basket weaves. Gently release to your Chapasana, to one hand on the ankle or foot. Then Chapasanas, gently release to your half moon. Take a breath in. Exhale, extended side angle. Bend deeply into your right knee. Right forearm to inner thigh, left arm overhead. Then inhale to warrior two. Exhale to low lunge. Stay for your inhale. Exhale, standing forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, low lunge. Step your right foot back. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, extended side angle. Inhale to triangle. Exhale, extended side angle. Pause. Right hand, right hip. Look forward of your mat. Determine if you need a block or two for support. Remember, our right and left sides can be very different from one another. Strong back foot. Take left arm forward of your shin and to the left just a little bit. Take an inhale, lift your heart. Exhale, half moon, shift your weight to your left foot. Take your time to lift your right heel up. Find your focus, catch your breath. You can flex or point your lifted toes, doesn't matter. You can stay. You can take right arm high to the sky. Or you can come into sugarcane pose, into Chapasana. Bend your right knee, right hand to ankle or foot. Kick your foot into your hand. Continue to roll belly, ribs, and heart open to the right. And maybe left hand comes to join the party as well for your basket weave. Woo! Stay with your breath. 3 more rounds. Plug into that left big toe and adjust the layers as necessary. Basket weaves, release to your Chapasana. And then Chapasana, release to your half moon. Take an inhale. Exhale, extended side angle, bend into that left knee. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, low lunge. Breath in, heart forward. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, high plank. Stay for your inhale. Exhale, forearm plank. Inhale to Sphinx. Exhale, back to forearm plank. Pause. Splay your left forearm in at a diagonal. Left forearm's your base. Inhale, forearm side plank. Roll onto the edges of both feet. Take right arm high to the sky, and then take right arm overhead. Lift your left hip, your bottom hip. Ground into your left forearm. You're welcome to stack both feet on top of each other. Maybe lift your top leg up. Take an inhale. Exhale, back to forearm plank. Full round of breath to reset. Splay your right forearm in. Inhale, forearm side plank. Take left arm high to the sky. And then overhead, bicep frames your ear. Lift your bottom hip. Option to stack your feet. Option to float your top leg. Whoo, take an inhale. Exhale, forearm plank. Full round of breath, you got it. Inhale to high plank. Listen, exhale, drop to your knees. Keep your hips high over your knees and walk your hands forward for extended puppy pose. So instead of just dropping down into it, check out my spine. Notice the deep words. Notice the deep extension through my spine, the big curve. We want to avoid collapsing into the low back. So instead, take your time to rest your ears between your biceps. You may want to take a block or two underneath your forehead. So you're not getting this super deep opening, but that's not the goal of this practice. Pull the front ribs in. Ground into your toenails, into your shin bones. Couple rounds of breath here. And on an inhale, walk yourself back up to hands and knees, tabletop position. And a little funky transition here. If you know the front of your hips are tight, you can take blocks under your hands to help with this transition, and you can totally just watch me first before coming into it. You're going to just step your right foot forward, so it's on the edge of your mat, heel is on the mat, ball of your foot is off your mat. You can stay right here, or you can slide your left leg a little further back as you settle into runner's lunge. If you don't need the blocks, you don't have to use them. If this feels really, really tight, definitely incorporate blocks either under your hands, your forearms, whatever layer you'd like to take this to. You can keep your head lifted. You can drop your chin towards your chest. We're going to add a quad stretch from here. If you feel like this is enough sensation running down through your left quads, your hip flexors, you can stay right where you are. If you'd like to add on, bring your left heel to your left glute. Take your right hand back to capture your ankle or your foot. That being said, if your left quads are really tight and that reach is hard to find, you can take a block or even two underneath your left hand to bring your shoulders more upright to make this a little more accessible. If you still need a little extra support, no big deal. You can take a strap, boop, ba-da-doo, around your foot, looped like this, and then just pull it in. Check in on your breath. Let belly, ribs, and heart roll open to the right. Take an inhale, listen. Exhale, flip your grip. If you have the strap in your right hand, you can keep it as is. You're just going to rotate your chest towards the top of your space. For those of you who have your ankle handy, you're just going to grab the big toe side of your foot as opposed to the pinky edge side of your foot. If you're already grabbing the big toe side, that's totally fine. I didn't specify as we came into this quad stretch. Press your foot into your hand and then resist with your hand. Lift your chest, chin off chest. Take an inhale. Exhale, gently release. Take your right knee back underneath your hip and then step your left foot to the edge of your mat, second side of our runner's lunge. Again, your heel is on the mat, ball of the foot off the mat. You can stay more upright or you can slide that right leg back. Palms, knuckles, forearms, blocks. Again, this side might be different. Adjust as needed. Notice if there's any place you can get a little softer. You can stay here. If you'd like to add on, bend your right knee. Bring your heel to your glute. Take your left hand back to capture the pinky edge side of your foot or find your strap. Again, incorporate blocks underneath your right hand as necessary, especially if finding that reach of hand to foot presents a challenge or a barrier. Again, I will say this until the very end of time. Your props are your friends. They are here to support and your practice and make it more accessible. Roll your chest open to the left. Take an inhale. Exhale, flip your grip, grab the big toe side. If you have the strap, stay as you are. Just start to work your chest towards the top of your space. Breath in. Exhale, gently release. Take your left knee back underneath your hip and then take a seat. It can be back on your heels, on your glutes. We have made it to our second peak posture, our second big focus of class, which is going to be half camel pose. So to start, you can watch me first or you can join. Otherwise, you can watch me and then I'll give you time to do it. You may want blocks, tallest height, next to your ankles. If you have really tight quads and hip flexors, if you are newer to camel practice. Also, the blocks sometimes just feel really nice. And then in terms of your feet, if you practice this posture fairly frequently, feel that you have open hip flexors and quads, toenails down, or if you're like me, tight quads, tight hip flexors, curl your toes under. Squeeze your glutes. Your glutes are doing lots of work here to support your pelvis and your low back as you come into the posture. Hips stay over your knees the whole time. There's a tendency to hinge back, grab the heels, and then push the hips forward. Instead, we want to feel the back bend through the thoracic spine, the mid and upper back, as opposed to our lumbar spine, our low back. Take your right thumb to your sternum, the very center of your chest. Press your thumb down into your chest and then resist that press down. This is it. This is camel pose. You're doing the posture. Work your shoulder blades towards your spine. You can stay right here or take an inhale. Exhale, start to lift up, 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 and then go back. Maybe left fingers hang out on the block. Maybe left fingers reach to your heel. Squeeze your glutes. You can keep the right thumb where it is, or take your right hand back behind your head. Reach your right elbow towards the sky. Squeeze your glutes. Hips forward, heart up. Last two. Take a breath in. Exhale, come all the way up. Take a seat on your heels for just a moment. Rest your hands on your thighs. You're welcome to soften your gaze or close your eyes. Notice how that felt in your body. If your body was like, nope, no need to do the other side. You can stay right here or you can come down to your back. We'll meet you in just a few moments. If you're like, okay, I'm ready to give that another go. Sometimes
poses feel better the second or third time we practice them as opposed to just the first time. If you're ready to move forward into second side of half camel, come back up to your shins. Determine if you want your block next to your right ankle. Take your left thumb to your sternum, press down. Resist, lift your heart, firm your glutes. Lots of energy through the glutes. Take a breath in. Exhale, lift, 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 and then start to go back. Right hand to the block, maybe right hand to your heel. Whew. Left fingers can stay on the left thumb can stay on the sternum, oh my gosh. Or left fingers come behind your head, left elbow towards the sky, half camel. Keep breathing. Firm your glutes again. Inhale. Exhale, slowly roll yourself up. Take a seat. Give yourself some time to observe. And from here, come to hands and knees. Just like how we started, walk your knees back. Bring heels to glutes. Squeeze your glutes to lengthen your hip flexors forward. Slowly lower down, elbows towards side ribs. Keep your knees bent as you arrive on your belly. Take your hands to your ankles, the edges of your feet, or if you're feeling super duper open through your thoracic spine, you can take your hands to your shins. Before you go anywhere, feel that your knees are aligned with your hip sockets. Keep that the whole time. Take an inhale to press your feet into your hands. Exhale, lift your knees, lift your shoulders, floor bow, Dhanurasana. Pull your heart forward. Firm your glutes. You can flex or point your toes. Relax your jaw, relax your tongue. And take a breath in. Exhale, slowly release. Bring heels to glutes as you come down. Let go of your ankles. Take hands under the heads of your shoulders. Press back into child's pose, into knees as wide as it's comfortable. Forehead to the earth. Slowly roll yourself up. Bring your hands in towards you. And then shift onto your glutes. I'm going to turn and face you. Extend your right leg forward. And take your left foot to your inner thigh. Wiggle around. Sit up nice and tall. Be sure your strap is nearby. Take an inhale. Exhale, Janushirshasana. Head to knee pose, hinge forward. You can rest your hands next to your calf. You can capture your foot. If this is really tight through the hamstrings, through the spine, take your strap around the ball of your foot and use the strap to add a little extra length to your arms. Shine your elbow creases towards the ceiling. I'm going to come out. You're going to stay in. I'm just doing a quick time check right on. Soften through the base of your neck. Take an inhale. Bring your heart forward as you exhale.
Make your way back up. Extend left leg forward. Take a moment in staff pose in Dandasana. And then from here, take a hold of the inside of your right knee. Pull your leg back. Right foot rests on left inner thigh. Take an inhale to sit up tall. Exhale, Janu Shirshasana, forehead to knee pose. Walk yourself forward. Take your strap around the ball of your left foot if this is feeling really tight, especially if you notice you have a lot of rounding through your spine. We have a special guest here, Stella, my sweet girl. I'm sure if you have a pet, you know they are the best at doing yoga every time, whether it's cat or dog. Whenever they wake up, they always do upward facing dog and downward facing dog. Bring your shoulders out of your ears. Breath in. Tilt your tailbone up towards the sky on your breath out. Slowly come back up. Return to staff pose, Dandasana. Wiggle around. Work all 10 toes back towards your face, especially your pinky toes. Gently roll your inner thighs down towards the earth, broaden through the backside of your pelvis. Take an inhale, press your palms down next to your hips. Exhale, seated forward fold. Paschimottanasana, option to take the strap under the balls of your feet, just like how we did in Janu Shirshasana. You can bend your knees as much as you need. Explore and figure out what sensation you want to feel in your body. I can only offer and suggest that you may feel it in some places, but what I feel in my body, you may not feel in yours. So if you feel this stretch more in your calves as opposed to your hamstrings, awesome. If you feel it more in your spine and not in your legs, awesome. If you feel it somewhere else, awesome. Breath in. Gently fold on your breath out. Take your time as you come back up. Move your strap to the side. Plant your feet on the mat, about hip width distance. And slowly, actually, we'll do a little cool down core because we can. Hold on to your hamstrings. Lift up out of your back ribs, shoulders out of ears. Take an inhale. Exhale, send your tailbone towards your heels. So roll onto the back of your pelvis. Broaden through your collarbones. Pull your ears back. Relax your elbows. Inhale. Exhale, tuck. If you notice your toes want to come up, just dig your heels down. Breath in. Exhale, tuck. Pull your belly button in. Option to reach your arms forward. Breath in. Exhale, tuck. Extend both legs forward. Open through your chest. Inhale. Exhale, roll all the way down. And then take your feet to the edges of your mat. Legs are apart. Lift the back of your pelvis. Move your pelvis over to the right and then gently let your knees fall to the left. So you're in a nice wide-legged twist. You can T or cactus out your arms. On your next inhale, slowly come back up to center. Pick the back of your pelvis up again. This time move it over to the left side of your space. And then let your knees fall over to the right. Wide-legged twist. On your next inhale, come to center. Place your pelvis back in the middle of your mat. Gather your knees into your chest and then open up into happy baby pose. So knees wider than the ribs, wider than the shoulders. And personally, I have never been able to capture the edges of my feet without my tailbone coming way up away from the earth. Instead, I like to capture my calves, my shins, so my tailbone can drop. I feel more supported. So know that you don't have to capture the edges of your feet. You can grab ankles, shins, calves. You can even grab inner thighs if this is really, really intense. You're welcome to flutter your lips. Take an inhale. Exhale, release your knees to your chest. Give yourself one final squeeze. Bring forehead to knees. Thank yourself for rolling out your mat. Breath in. Exhale, corpse pose, shavasana, flop open. Take up space. Get comfortable. Give yourself the permission to rest, to be in your body and with your breath, with your experience. And I'll lead you out when it's time. Before moving, take a moment to consider if you have the gift of time to rest longer. If so, please do pause this video, throw me on mute, tune out my voice, whatever. If you're ready to move forward, deepen your breath. Wiggle your fingers, toes. Open and close your mouth, lick your lips, swallow. And roll your wrists, ankles. Gently rock your head side to side.
And then find a full body stretch. Get nice and big, nice and long, fingers up, toes out, reach. And then come to your favorite side, find the fetal position. Use your biceps as a pillow to support your neck. And come up to a tall seat. Rest your hands wherever is most comfortable. We'll take one more breath together to close out. Exhale wherever you are. Slowly inhale. Pause. Sip in. Easy exhale. Bow forward to seal in your practice and honor yourself. Thank you for your time, your energy, and your trust. Thank you for sharing your practice. Thank you so much for tuning in. Again, my name is Rachel. Hopefully your thoracic spine, your upper back feels really open. Same goes for your quads, your hip flexors, your hamstrings. That was a pretty fiery flow. I don't know about you, but I am pretty sweaty. If something felt good, felt weird, felt bad, leave a comment, say hi. Be sure to like and share and subscribe for more free yoga videos. Thank you, thank you. Enjoy your day, your evening, whatever time it is that you are tuning in, and hopefully, we'll meet again. Take care.